example 2, we are going to fill in this concept box about reflections. It says a reflection is a transformation that reflects each point across a line. If a point is on the line of reflection, then the new point is also on the line. If a point is not on the line, there is a perpendicular line to the new point. If you don't like writing the word perpendicular, you can always use the symbol for perpendicular. Go ahead and pause your video and find your compass and straight edge so that you can follow along with the next piece. Yes, we are going to continue to use a compass and straight edge throughout the year, so don't lose that. In the concept box that we just filled out, we said if there is a point that is not on the line, then there is a perpendicular line that goes from one point to the new point. So we're going to construct that now and be able to see, and you're going to want your compass and a straight edge. And if you've got a couple different colors of pen or pencil, sometimes that helps to keep track of where we're at with which line we've drawn and which shape or which point we're working with. Okay, so I'm going to start with point G. And I'm going to put a point here that I can see, and I put this point in orange just because I want to be able to identify which intersecting points I'm talking about. Now, we really want to take and extend this line just so we have lots of room. So I'm going to extend this line so that it really gives me a lot to work with. Basically, I've got this line over here, and I'm going to reflect across this line. So what I need to do is I need to put my compass point at G, and I need to open up my compass wide enough that it will intersect that line. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make an arc that intercepts that line in 2 places. And this is where my color coding comes in helpful. I'm going to go ahead and mark those intersection points as orange, just like point G. Then I'm going to come out here and so we had from G to those points. Now I'm going to go from those points out here, and I'm going to go ahead and make an arc, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make this other piece of the arc to intersect it. And now this part right here is where I will have G prime. Remember, we learned that marking it as G prime means that that is the new shape. I'm going to go ahead and switch to another color. I'm using this purplish color. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my compass point on H. And I'm going to change this just a little so that I'm not intersecting in the same spot, but I want to make sure that I intersect that line in 2 places. You can see that as we start to put more and more on here that it might be harder to see, which is why I kept with color coding for this. So keeping it the same, keeping your compass the same, you're going to come out here and you're going to put an arc from that one and an arc from this one. Oh, I didn't put that first one in a good spot. I gotta lengthen that out. So H prime is going to be right here at that point. And you guessed it, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for F. I'm using green. It's a lovely color. And I'm going to open this wider just so that I know that I can reach from F all the way to this line. And I want to intersect at 2 places. And that goes here and here. And then using those 2 places, keeping my compass the same as it was before, I'm going to put this one and this one. And here is my new F prime. I can use those points that I drew and connect them, connecting from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. So we can see that that shape was reflected. So basically it was flipped over the line, and those 2 points are equal distance from the line, and those 2 points are equal distance from the line, and those 2 points are equal distance from the line. If you're feeling brave and ready to try this on your own, go ahead and pause the video and do the try it. If you want to keep going with me, we'll work this next one together. This lovely line. And again, I'm going to start with M, and I'm going to make that orange so that it's easier for me to keep track of. I can use a little bit smaller arc because this is a smaller drawing, but I need to know where, lost my, okay. My points of intersection are here and here. And then keeping my compass the same, I need to be able to intersect over here and out there. So right at that point of intersection is my new M prime. Let's go ahead and do N next. We'll do N next. It doesn't really matter which order you go in, but you do need to keep track of which one you're working on. Open this up just a little bit wider so that it intersects in a different spot. And move it over here. And notice that I did not draw the whole arc. I just put those 2 points of intersection in. That is totally acceptable. If you like drawing the whole arc, you can also go ahead and do that. Keeping the compass the same, turn it around. And this is now N prime. I'm going to use green for L. I've got to open my compass farther so that my arcs reach. And there's one, and there's one. Having a hard time drawing whole arcs because my camera is so close. So here's the green intersection and the green intersection. So then compass point here. Turn it around, keeping it the same. Compass point here. And this is L prime. And then I can just connect those new dots, new points right there. There. And if you are an artist and you enjoy drawing things that are symmetrical, this is a really great skill to be able to develop, to be able to get things symmetrically on opposite sides of something. For instance, opposite sides of the face, if you wanted to draw things very symmetrical, you could do that. All right, that is example 2.